Hey everybody, Hakaius here, and today I wanted to show you a little bit of Final Fantasy XV's new multiplayer expansion, Comrades. And as you can see, I have a female avatar here. I just wanted to go over kind of the basics of how this all works. So I can go over here and change character at any time while I'm in the city of Lestalem. And as you can see, I've got a male character as well. You can edit an existing character, even their name, anything about them. So that's pretty cool. You can have up to 8 avatars, and they share everything except experience. They do not share the experience gained. So any clothing options, tattoos, accessories, whatever, it's all shared. All the progress in the game is shared. And this is an autosave only. There is not a save file. So basically, if you are playing this game and you're logged in, everything you do is going to be on the same save file. You cannot create separate save files. So that's a thing to keep in mind. If multiple people have been playing Final Fantasy XV, you may not be able to play this separately from each other. Even though you can have individual avatars, you'll actually still be working together. Now, early on, one of the first things you'll do is get told, after you complete the prologue mission with Libertas, you'll be told to go over here and start sending power places. Now, the first thing you'll do is actually, you can't see it now, but there are several nodes around Lestalem that you'll put power into. And once you've done that, the map will open up a little bit, as you can see, and you're going to start having a goal to send power throughout the entire continent. So you can do that pretty easily. So yeah, as you can see, I can go over here and I could put in a power line. I'm not going to right now because I'm trying to save up for this one right here. And basically what you do to earn the kilowatts there, you're gonna go over here and you're gonna run missions, and every mission has a reward of some kilowatt power, which is taken in the form of meteor shards that you just are rewarded with for completing missions. And then you also get some gil, and as you can see, there's various amounts of the rewards you can get based on the different missions. Now you can also see that I have a mission
ready to get powered up?
To send power to the major outposts, and I've already sent some to Old Lestalem down here. And so what that did was it opened up a couple quests for me. I can now travel there, and if I did so, I would get access to some different shops and some different people to talk to. And the way you travel there is you run over here, and as you can see down at the end of this alleyway is a truck, and you just get in that truck and you pick a destination and it'll auto drive you over there. Now another thing that you can get while you're sending power out is you can get various rewards. You can get gil, you can unlock things in the shops, which I'll show you here in a minute. You can also rescue refugees, and once you've rescued all the refugees for a given outpost, which I've already done here, if for Lestalem, the 3 refugees will all show up here, and once you've done that, you can go talk to them and choose a leader for the refugees at a given outpost, and that'll get you various rewards. For this one, there was a lady who would give you weapon upgrade rewards, there was a man who would give you gil, and a man who would give you a weapons discount. So I went with the item rewards, and once you've done that, you can go over here to the shop. No donations received right now, but you could go over there, and whenever you get more donations, you can pick those up and use them, gil or the items. I guess the discount wouldn't show up there. As you play the game, various people you'll recognize will show up, and that can be pretty cool. They'll have different quests for you. Let me see, is there a map? Nope, no map. So you just kind of gotta wander around every once in a while. Sometimes it'll tell you when they're gonna show up, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it says, oh, by the way, here's a solo quest you can do over here, and sometimes it doesn't. So you can just wander around. There's not a lot of the city is closed off due to the effects of the story that you by Libertas at the beginning. All right, so
my friend Dino. He had a story to tell.
After you do a few missions, Talcott will show up and he will tell you various lore things. Iris is over here and she's running a shop
Welcome
where you
back.
can buy some phrase books, which are used for talking to other people as you're doing the missions. You've got some avatar stuff, and you've got some clothing stuff, which is all pretty good.
Best of luck
And
out there.
the really interesting thing to me is that I figured this was going to be kind of like, what's that game? I've completely forgot. Grand Theft Auto 5 situation where they made the online mode and it was just basically a cash grab and they make all the money in the world off of it. And so far there are no microtransactions in this game. They'll probably add them later. I know they're planning to update this mode as it goes on, but for now they're not here. So the other thing that you can do here is you've got this weapons remodeling area that's run by Sid. And one thing you'll want to keep track of, let me show you. I bought a mace just so I can show you this. So there's different items and they give you, as I scroll through here, you can see they give you different upgrades. Sometimes they have little bonuses, like this one will give you cure. And they have different upgrades for different aspects of the thing. And if you look down at the bottom, you can see what the weapon already has on it. And if you look under the strength, which is the biceps curl, and then the toughness or endurance, I think it is, with the fist, you can see little bars underneath those. And so what that's telling you is you want to fill those bars up. And if you do, and you upgrade the weapon fully, it will turn into a different kind of weapon. I didn't realize that at first, so I just kind of upgraded my weapons willy-nilly. So I'm gonna have to spend some gil to upgrade them a little bit better. But that, as you can see, I can't really do it right now because I don't have the right, unfortunately, I don't have the right items in my inventory to do this properly. But if you have the right items, you can upgrade these, and you should probably look up a guide online. Like I looked up the mace just a couple minutes ago, and so the goal is to get 30 toughness and 30 strength on this weapon, and if you do that, it will upgrade into Warhammer, which is going to be a stronger version of this weapon. So yeah, that's basically what's going on with this. This is a little bit more complex than it looked at first glance.
See you around.
And let's see, so over here's the weapons shop where you can buy more weapons. Over here is Viv, and he has somebody following you around taking photos of you as you're playing the game. I think these are the photos I have saved. So that is what you got going on over there. So that's basically the entire city of Lustalem and the kind of non-combat world. So let me show you real quick what you could expect as you go to do some of the missions. Let's see. I will do... let's do Snakes on a Downed Plane. That's an interesting mission. Oh, I forgot. Oh, right. So here you go. You can do quick play custom or recruit AI. If you do recruit AI, you're going to get 3 AI party members, and that means you can actually play this mode offline, which is really nice if you have a bad internet connection or you just really want to play today, but your internet's out, still can play. You just recruit AI, and you'll get 3 AI party members who are close to your level, so you won't be able to do missions too far above your level, but you'll still be able to do something. Custom allows you to create a new camp or rendezvous at an existing one, and that's basically for you to play with your real friends that you have. And then quick play, which I'm going to do right now, just tries to find you a party based on other people who are also trying to do the same mission. And so what it does is it'll send you up to this rooftop and let you practice with your various weapons as you wait, so you can fight this cactuar as you wait for it to try and fill your group. As you can see in the top left, it found me 1 party member. There's another one. Gotta find 1 more. And I can just practice with my weapons. And there we go. Filled the group. So now it's gonna send us out to the camp via lore-wise. You're riding on those tramways again, because it's a lot safer than walking as the world stands right now. So as you can see, you can get wide variety of levels here. I am, of course, the level 1 Hawk. And there's also a level 14, a level 26, and a level 3 in my group. We should be able to overpower this mission pretty effectively. So first it takes you to the camp, and you have an opportunity to pick up some food, if it appears. Where did the food go? Well, normally there's little oh, there we go. So I could pick up a potato or wheat, and as long as you have some sort of item, food item in your inventory, you can only hold one at a time. You will resurrect from death automatically after 20 to 30 seconds. But if you don't take a food item, then that comes into play after you've completed the mission, which is why I've decided to leave my food item here. I'm just going to concentrate on making sure I stay alive during this mission. And then once the mission is complete, I will show you what that looks like. So Snake's on the down plane. As you can see, there's a downed ship over here, which is actually an area from the main game. And so I'm going to use my spear because I really like it. There's a lot of mobility with the spear. It's one of the stronger weapons too. I sometimes use the crossbow because it allows me to sit at range. And we can point warp up here. So this is the combat basically. It's basically Noctis combat except for you have spells, as you can see in the left side there. I have Healing Light, which is based on something else I'll show you once we're done with this. And I have an offensive spell. Basically, it's normally you'd start with just a cure spell, but Healing Light is a little bit more advanced version that heals wider and does more healing. So that's a good thing to have. And then the offensive spell that you start with is just a non-elemental spell, and these things get updated by the weapons you've equipped. As you can see, there was an item that could change my heal to a cure, which would be really useful if I wasn't using the Healing Light thing. And there's others that'll change your offensive spell to fire, or to thunder, or to blizzard, or you know how it goes. Unfortunately, the basic offensive spell is not very powerful, so I'm not going to use it very much probably. And there's still the same mechanic with the blocking, as you can see. Blind sides, there aren't link strikes per se, but if you do a successful block, sometimes it sets up what's it called? A warp link, where everybody can just warp strike the enemy and try to do as much damage as possible, and they get bonuses for that. So here's the bosses, and we'll just do a quick number on them. And there you go, blindside damage, like I said. Pretty much everything is the same, except I actually feel more powerful because, like I said, well, I didn't say, these spells actually have unlimited uses except for until you run out of mana. But the mana actually recharges pretty fast in my experience, and of course, you still have the ability to use Point Warp to go wherever you want and recharge that mana real quick. And so that's the end of the mission. They do a good job of keeping the missions pretty short. Like you see, I think this is 5 to 10 minutes usually, especially on the lower level ones. And that allows you, oh, there's an emote. You can do image emotes. You can buy those from the various shops. I don't have any of those right now because I've been concentrating on buying weapons and such because I'm still low level. But so that's another thing you can look forward to. I'll show you the chat emotes once we get back to camp. So that's what I was saying before. If you leave items behind, every item that got left behind and all the items picked up during the mission get used to create a food to buff you, kind of like Ignis does for the crew in the main game, except it's Monica doing it here, and she makes the food based on the items that you have with you and bring back. And then, so this time I got Canned Witch, which increases defense by 20. That's not a very good item, a very good buff, but it's better than nothing, so we'll take it. And you'll stand around the table, chatting with the other avatars and whatnot for a minute, as soon as the load screen finishes. See, there you go, and level up.
It's quite therapeutic.
Did I get? Oh, I almost got 2 levels out of that. So everybody's talking, and there's the items I picked up, which can all, of course, be used to upgrade my weapons. And so you just go on and skip past, or hit X past that. You can take a photo if you want. It doesn't keep the overlay in there. It just takes a photo of the campsite, which is pretty cool. That is the only time you can choose to take a photo. Unfortunately, the King's Glaive does not have Noctis's ability to take his own photos. You're only followed by Viv's publicity person. And here's a little color background. Oh, hit the microphone. All of Eos has been plunged into darkness and overrun with demons. In a world where hope is waning, a ragtag band of hunters and remnants of the Royal Kingsglaive band together to fight for the light. These brave men and women risk their lives on a variety of missions, scouring the land for meteor shards they can use to generate electricity and restore power to the continent. So that's basically everything. That's pretty much everything there is to this mode. It's really grindy, no doubt about it. It feels a lot to me like a mobile game, but without the energy locks or the microtransactions. And the DLC, of course, is $20, which is pretty pricey for a DLC. But of course, if you have the season pass, which I highly recommend, just for the 3 other story DLCs, though those are $5 each. So if that's all you care about, then don't get the season pass.
I just got a call from my friend Dino.
Yes, a call from your friend Dino. We've heard this. Anyway, so if you're interested in this, definitely get the season pass. It's a great deal with the other things. I already had the season pass basically just for those things in case anything else came out. I am kind of a Final Fantasy fanatic, so I didn't want to miss anything. So that's basically what's going on there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That is the mode. If this looks fun to you, totally check it out. I'm interested enough to see what happens when I supply power to the major outposts and to see familiar faces come by. I've already seen Gladio and Aranea have stopped by, so I look forward to seeing Prompto and Ignis. And as you can see, change characters. There's this thing called familiar faces, so eventually we should be able to play as characters from the actual game instead of our own avatars, which will also be pretty cool. And that's all I've got for you. That's it. That's just kind of an overview of everything available to you in the Final Fantasy 15 Comrades DLC. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will do my best to answer them. I hope that you found this video helpful, and I hope that you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.